In this video, we're going to talk about the importance of the limits of integration in interpreting the meaning of definite integrals. Many times when students are interpreting the meaning of a definite integral, they'll use the correct noun and they'll use the correct units, but they'll forget to mention the importance of these limits of integration. For example, in this particular problem, many students figured out that this definite integral represents the volume of blood in the blood vessel measured in cubic millimeters. What they forgot to say is it's the volume of blood in the blood vessel measured in cubic millimeters between x equals 125 and x equals 275 millimeters. It's really easy to leave off that key piece of information, but it's really important in the interpretation. Let's try another example. In this example, we have a cable company that's producing cable at a cost of 6√x dollars per meter. And so many students determined that this definite integral represents the cost in dollars of a portion of cable. But it's not just any portion. Some students tried to say it was the cost in dollars of a 5-meter length of cable. And that's a little bit better, but it's not just any 5 meters. It is the particular 5 meters between x equals 25 and x equals 30 meters. Let's look at one more example. In this problem, we have two definite integrals, and students tended to make the same mistake for both of these. This definite integral represents the amount of fuel consumed in gallons, and many students said it was the amount of fuel consumed in gallons during b minutes of flight, and that's pretty close, but not quite right. It's not just any b minutes of flight. It's the first b minutes of flight between t equals 0 and t equals b minutes. Likewise, in this definite integral represents the average rate of fuel consumption measured in gallons per minute, again, during the first b minutes of flight, or it would be better to say between t equals 0 and t equals b minutes of flight. I hope that in the future, when you're interpreting the meaning of a definite integral, you'll remember the importance of talking about the limits of integration. Thanks for listening, and remember to enjoy calculus.